Okay, welcome again to yet another live session. Well, the market is beginning to peak in momentum. It seems we are actually joking in the market, right? Well, I believe things are going to pick up very soon, any moment soon. We are going to be seeing some nice trading opportunities popping on up. What you need to do is just be patient. Okay, you need to be patient. I am sure very soon everything will pick up. Okay. All right. For tomorrow, we are expecting interest rate announcement coming from the Euro axis. I think the first high impact news event for tomorrow. Then we have the European Central Bank press conference as well for tomorrow. Anyway, not really a very busy day, but interest rate announcement coming from the Euro axis. So let's quickly look into some pairs for today and see what has been going on. This is the New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc, the 1 hour time frame. Price has made that nice push to the downside. You know, actually our anticipation is that the New Zealand dollar should be going weak. This pair, the directional bias should be to the downside. All right, let's look into the long term. We had actually forecasted a possible flat bottom triangle, and you can see for the past 3 weeks, price has been hovering around that level. In my opinion, nothing much is going to happen for this week. Nothing significant might happen around that level, but you have to bear in mind that this is a possible level of resistance. We should be waiting to see how these are weak candles close. This current candle, we want to see how this candle will be closing for this week. If it closes just the way it is, just this same way, be rest assured that the next candle will be a nice push to the downside within this flat bottom triangle. Okay. All right, so no trade, no clear hint. You need to wait for this candle to close. But if you are trading on the intraday time frames, you need to be searching for possible valid setup only for bearish opportunities. All right, in the 1 hour time frame, we got that breakout pullback bounce, breakout of that level. That was the pullback, and price came back down. This is still bearish. You shouldn't be clicking on your buy button around that level, even though price is trading just around that rising level of a daily support. This pair is at an area where it is very likely to go back down. The very reason why we have not traded here is because we have not seen anything valid for us to trade. There is no valid setup, no high quality setup for us to trade. Okay, let's look into the next pair, the sterling pounds against the Canadian dollar. We placed our sell stop order earlier today. Right here, this was the stop loss, but price kept pushing in the other direction. We saw price hovered around, bank off that level of resistance again before taking off. So we are going to simply delete this order. Just click on it and delete that order. All right, no harm was done. The trade wasn't taken. Price just made a straight move, pushing above that daily level of resistance. So we have now deleted that order. Shifting the next, the intraday level of resistance to this one right here. Let's see how price can sustain this breakout, how price can stay there for some time. By tomorrow, we should be looking for a continuation proof since price has closed above that level of resistance. If there is no bounce using the magic dot indicator and we get price coming back down, then we have another fake breakout, which is very likely to be a railway track. Okay, 2 down days, one down day for tomorrow. Railway track, let me show you that. If we get price coming back down immediately by tomorrow to close just below that red line, then we have another fake breakout, which is of course a railway track for price to push to the downside again. All right, so it is not over. Let's keep watching. My personal recommendation is not to trade at all, just to wait. Let's see what is going to happen with this level of resistance. Okay, actually I didn't apply the all right, so trading above that level of resistance, you need to be patient. Wait for tomorrow. Let's see what's going to happen to that level. The American dollar against the Japanese yen. Well, I feel really sad because this was a pair that I took a short entry somewhere around in here, and my target was somewhere around in here, but actually I closed that trade out somewhere around in here, and now look at all the pips that the market has offered. Anyway, that's gone. We were actually talking about this level of support, this level here, and the recommendation was not to go short for today because price is trading against that level of support. Price finally took that decision, broke below that level of support, heavy momentum bar. Price is now trading below that level of support. Now you are free to search for short entries because all of this is now a highway free of traffic. What we will want to do here is to delete this counter trend line. You can take that out. Let's keep this one here. In my opinion, this pair looks really bearish. This level should take care of that counter trend line. It's just an area. So we need to wait for price to make some pullbacks to get back down. It is still a straight breakout, no pullback, and there is nothing we can do about that. In the 1 hour time frame, you can obviously see that straight breakout. Even in the 4 hours time frame, it's just a straight move. It didn't give us any opportunity to jump on board, so we just let that one go. All right, the next one, sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. This is the 1 hour time frame. Well, price is trading against the daily level of resistance, and it is facing some rejection at that point. You can see today's candle is more of a rejection candle. Well, in my opinion, these candles here constitute some of a pattern. Okay, some of pattern. Let's see the 1 hour time frame. This is what I was actually looking at. That is why we might not be going short. There's some form of market confusion. Okay, so if you place your order somewhere in here, it might just be above that counter line. Okay, that expanding triangle leg. So in this phase of market confusion for the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc, avoid the chart completely. Do not trade. What usually happens is price coming down to trigger all those entries, then push back up. So just avoid the chart completely. All right, next pair is the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen. This is the daily time frame. Remember, we took a trade here. We've had our entry here for some time now, and that trade has been running. I told you this is a long-term trade, so I am actually not going to be touching this trade. I'm going to keep it running. Nothing is going to change this trade plan. All right, so lots of hesitation in the 4 hours time frame. We have actually analyzed this over and over, but I just want to show you in the 1 hour time frame that I am liking this double level of support. In the 1 hour time frame, this is a nice price action. It's a nice price behavior, more of a flat bottom triangle. It's a nice price action that should call for some entries by tomorrow. Price gave us that double bounces right here. So what we need to see what we really like to see is some breakout of that double bottom, any pullback. Then this is where we'll be looking for our short entries. Okay, so price is already giving us the hint that the breakout is likely to be to the downside. So the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen, this trade that I have opened here is a trade that should run for at least 2 months. 2 months. That trade should run for 2 months. I shouldn't be in a hurry to close the trade. I should just give this trade a fair chance. All right, so let it be there. Hopefully we'll be looking for that breakout by tomorrow. The New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar, I am also interested in this one. This is a big trade coming up. Prices are heading towards a heavy level of resistance, and at this point you should be looking for short opportunities in the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. This pair is heading for a very high tension level. This is a heavy level of resistance. Price is likely to bounce off that level in this pair. Much of hesitation in the hourly time frame, much of price hesitation. Maybe we should just take out this, keep the high for yesterday, and this is an area we can just keep that as the low. Okay, so we are seeing that push, some possible form of exhaustion, more of a range. So let's wait for the breakout. Just wait for the breakout. If it breaks to the upside, fine, we'll be looking for long entries. If it breaks to the downside, then possible short entries can also be seen. For now, it is a range. You need the breakout. The New Zealand dollar against the American dollar. This is the all-powerful bullish pair so far. The New Zealand dollar is extremely stronger than the American dollar, and that is why for some weeks now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in a row, 7 weeks in a row. Okay, price has been pushing to the upside without looking backwards. Well, this is a range. This is a range, and at this particular level, at this particular area, traders should be careful clicking on their buy button. This is an area of resistance. You can see how price kept topping out around that level. This is a fake breakout right here, and price is currently sitting around that area, whereas this has been acting as support. So price is likely to find resistance around that area for a possible bounce to the downside, somewhere around in here for a push back up or a continuation move. So around in here, you should be careful clicking on your buy button. Now, in the 1 hour time frame, price actually broke above that level of resistance that we were talking about, that counter trend line. We got the breakout. This was expected. Usually, this is what you see. You find price breaking above for giving lots of traders that confusion that the bulls are ready to push price further. Then you get price hesitating and coming below the black line. If price is able to close below that black line, there is a tendency that we will see some more downside, but for now it is sitting at the bulls territory, and anything can happen at that point. For me, this is one of those highs. I will not click on my buy button. I will never click on my buy button around this area here. All right, the American dollar against the Swiss franc. I just want to show you in the monthly time frame that price is trading at a point of confluence, and if this level breaks, as this pair is actually looking bearish, this is a point of confluence. You can see support there, support, support. Then there is a trend line coming around that point, but the pair is still looking bearish, absolutely bearish. We can just keep this falling line. Okay, if price breaks below that level, then we might see further pushes to the downside, but for now this is a strong level of support. We need price to react off that level, either for a breakout or a In the daily time frame, we waited for several pullbacks, but price gave us that hesitation, just like in the New Zealand dollar against the American dollar, before pushing to the downside. No pullback was given, and so no entry was seen in the American dollar against the Swiss franc. So upon this much hesitation, we saw that massive drop for today. Okay, so let's keep this level, even if we have a counter trend line here. Let's just keep this one. We can delete all of this. Just one. It was also not a straight move, even though we got this late entry. This was a late one, but in a very thin market volume before that straight push to the downside. There was no trading opportunity offered here. The sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. Nice breakout of a small range. See that? Push up, sideways price behavior, breakout. Let's wait for the pullback to look for long entries. No pullback yet. Price is still high up there. Tomorrow, if we find a sideways Tokyo range, then we'll be ready to trade the London Open breakout strategy. The Australian dollar against Japanese yen, a very nice trade opportunity that happened today. I actually discussed that in the live, in the Telegram group. As price made that pullback into that hot zone that once acted as support and now acted as resistance. You can see the bounce. Head-on price just kept pushing to the downside. Anyway, that is gone. Like I said, we are doing a lot, and hopefully we'll be back giving the signals as usual. All right, the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. If you look into the long term, we actually analyzed this before. This pair is absolutely bearish, where we talked about a possible channel formation, and price is likely to find resistance at that point. And you can see that price is respecting that level already in this little channel. So be careful going long, only search for short opportunities. The euro against the American dollar is super bullish. This is a very bullish pair here. Price is not looking backwards. Remember, we talked about the possible target to be this area. I don't know who's making that noise. Okay, this is the possible target for the euro against the American dollar. This pair remains absolutely bullish, and that is why the American dollar is really weak. So for the euro against the American dollar, somewhere in here is where we are going to be seeing resistance. Okay, that's basically all. Nothing much to talk about. Not much of trading opportunities for now. Straight moves, straight breakouts. Nothing really significant for us to trade. I will be talking to you tomorrow morning before the London market opens. If you have any questions or contributions, feel absolutely free to post them in the live chat window or even in the Telegram group. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.